Cathartic moments in movies. Moments in film where the protagonist, or any character, has a building or sudden moment of great understanding about their situation or the situation of the world. I'll only go through a few, but I'm sure, give it time, I'll make future videos about this subject. Now, a point worth mentioning, just because someone goes through this experience of catharsis, it doesn't mean a great truth is revealed to them. It could be, but it's the feeling that one has. Okay, with that out of the way, we will start with our first film, The Fountain. Came out in 2006. It's a movie not loved by all, or most, but the themes it tackles fit perfectly into our subject matter. It deals with larger-than-life things like death, and humanity's overall denial of it as this inescapable event we all must go through. It's a process of finality that you never come back from. The cathartic moment comes near the end of the film when its protagonist, Tom Creo, played by Hugh Jackman, finally comes to terms with his own death after grieving the death of his wife. It's all very literal, as he says to himself, "I'm going to die," right before it happens. Now, take what you will from the movie's presentation, but its message is clear, and the acting and music are tier 1. Moving on, we have The Godfather. Several sources list The Godfather as the best movie ever made, including The Hollywood Reporter, Kinema Junpo, IMDb, WatchMojo, Insider, and more, and for a good reason. Its story is subtle and slow, working as a cautionary tale of power and human nature. Its cathartic moment happens gradually throughout the movie to Al Pacino's character, Michael Corleone. He starts off young and in love, and by the end of the movie, at the head of his crime family as the Godfather, he trusts no one, leaving his wife in the dark as he assumes the mantle. It's an example of the experience of catharsis leading to someone understanding the world for the worse rather than the better. Next on the list is Blade Runner 2049, starring Ryan Gosling as Agent K, who later goes by Joe. This film goes through several cathartic moments as the character comes to terms with first realizing that the assumed planted memory of a childhood that's in his head is actually real, therefore having him believe that he's actually a human, only to later, by the end of the film, come back as the memory isn't actually his. So the memory wasn't fabricated, but it was still planted in him. It's another example of a catharsis not leading someone to a great truth, but rather mistaking the truth for something else. And finally, I'll end things on the film The Holy Mountain, directed by Alejandro Jodorowsky. It's a very, very entertaining film. It's very strange, very funny, and it hits on the concept of individuals going through a catharsis perfectly. The synopsis for the film is that a Mexican master, played by Alejandro Jodorowsky, leads a Christ figure and other disciples to a mountain of immortal wise men. The film focuses on the journey getting to the top of the mountain, and by the end of the film, once they reach the peak, Jodorowsky explains to his disciples that there are no immortal wise men on the top of the hill, but that the whole point of the journey, of them getting there, seeking this immortality, existed to show them just how mortal they really are. One of the final quotes from the film, he says, "Here we are, mortal, more human than ever." I just think it's a beautiful way to end a movie. It's very enlightening. It's very uplifting. And yeah, those are the 4 films I've decided to cover for cathartic moments in movies. Let me know what you guys think, of course. If you want me to make more of these, or, who knows, if I'll do a part 2, part 3, that kind of thing. But yeah, as always, this was just fun for me to make, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it as well. So until next time, I will see you guys.